Are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
From parts unknown and into your home, this is the Groovy G Championship Belt Podcast. Now, here's your host, Groovy G.
Hello there, folks, and welcome to the Groovy G Championship Belt Podcast. On this episode, we take a close-up look at a Dave Millican made Hogan 86 World Title Belt. That's coming your way right now.
You're watching the Groovy G Championship Belt Podcast. For your official Groovy G Belt Podcast merchandise, check out www.groovyGshop.com.
Making its debut in late 1985, the Hogan 86 was the first world title belt introduced with the iconic WWF block logo made so famous during the 80s. Two of these belts were made, one with the XO flower tooling around the edges and a gold tip, while the other had shell tooling around the border. This also featured a gold tip, however this one, made famous at WrestleMania 3, had a relief plate featuring the Hulk Hogan name on the tip. If we take a closer look at this particular belt, starting on the left-hand side, we can see the Dave Millican signature stamp. Here are the male snap boxes with the usual Midwest-style snapbox tooling. And this belt also features a stamp that says WWE licensed replica. Moving across, we have the various flags with the WWF block logo above. Here's Canada and Japan, and the US and Mexico. Moving across to the main plate, we can really see that dual gold and nickel plating pop with the WWF block logo and the words World and Heavyweight. Here's the globe and the words Wrestling Champion down the bottom. And we can also see the copyright 2003 Reggie Parks replica, which has been engraved into the main plate just under the letters O and N in Champion. And if we zoom out, we can see the signature shell tooling all around the border on the leather. Moving across to the right, we can see the UK and Australian flags. And here's the flags of the Soviet Union and Italy. Moving across, we can see the letters WWF stamped into the leather, the male snap boxes, and the Hulk Hogan relief plate on the solid tip. And if we flip the belt over, we can see it's just one solid piece of black leather covering up all the bolts. And here's that special little maker's mark on the back of the solid tip. So there we have it. That is a Dave Millican made Hogan 86 World Title Belt. Now let's take a sneak peek at what's coming your way on the next Groovy G Championship Belt Podcast.
On the next episode of the Groovy G Championship Belt Podcast.
And if you're a fan of the hit TV series Young Rock, you would have seen this man's belt. I'm talking, of course, about Darren Hall from Championship Gold. He joins us on the next episode of the Groovy G Championship Belt Podcast. Until then, make sure you don't miss a thing by subscribing to this YouTube channel. You can join the conversation on Twitter at Groovy G Belt Show or on Facebook. Until then, take care. It's bye for now.